Hey team, welcome to this training section where we are going to go ahead and introduce to you the legal website disclaimer. So inside of this training, we're actually going to be walking you through how to actually set up step by step your legal website disclaimers. Now, the very first question you might have is, hey, what the heck are the legal website disclaimers? And that, my friend, is a very good question. So legal website disclaimers are the things that you often will see at the bottom of a website. Okay, so visually, this is what they look like, right? So usually like at the very bottom, there's gonna be something like terms and conditions, terms of service, privacy policy, disclosure, like those kinds of things. Now, a lot of times those get overlooked. They're not really sexy. It's like, you know what? What's the point of those things, right? And so this is why it's very important for us to emphasize them so that way you do not look them over as you are getting your website set up. And this is where a lot of people who actually set up their website on Wix or Squarespace and stuff like that, they mess up and they don't understand, because this is the reason why we say over and over and over again, you are setting this up as a, let me make this big, system, okay? And a system means you don't have your website here and then your domain here and then your invoices here and then your CRM here and all over the place, right? Because when you set this up as a system, everything works together for you to understand, okay, this is how I'm running my business now, right? Right now I'm running my business like this, but in the future, I'm going to be running my business like this. And so when you're a part of a system, and that's what we're helping you set up right now. We're helping you set up a system so that way it's not only taking into consideration the business that you have right now, right? Because you're just maybe just getting started, you maybe don't have as many clients, right? But also taking into consideration, hey, as you grow, as your needs are going to evolve, as you start to run paid advertising, as you start to get more and more clients, as you start to go ahead and get different marketing and sales systems in place, right? Is this system, this core foundational system, built so that way it can withstand the growth that you're going to have in your business? Or are you going to have to break everything down as you grow and then restart everything because of the fact that you set up the system incorrectly? And so this is what we have done, is we've created this system with all of this in mind, because of course you're just getting started out. You don't know what to expect. You don't know where the pitfalls are going to be. And so that's the reason why you have a system ahead of time. And so sure, you can go ahead and set up a generic website anywhere, right? But when you are a business, right? We're talking about, Square and Wix, they're setting up websites for all sorts of, some of them are businesses, some of them are e-commerce businesses, some of them are all these sorts of things, but specifically a business in our industry, right? What you got to understand is that there's a certain way that you have to set it up. So that way in the future, when you do marketing and advertising, those kinds of things, which we're going to show you how to do in upcoming courses, which is a part of this entire program, is you understanding, hey, how do I run paid ads? How do I do all of that, right? And so when you get to that point, it is important that you have to have at the bottom of your website these legal website disclaimers in place, because the ad platforms, right? Think Facebook, Instagram, Google, what they do is they actually check before they approve your ads, before they actually go ahead and actually go in and approve your ad account as well. They go in and check, hey, does your website, where you're going to be sending their eyeballs, right? Because technically before they get off their platform, before they are off of Facebook's platform, they are Facebook's user. And so they want to make sure, hey, before we send our user onto somebody else's website, do they have the correct, proper legal disclaimers in place? If they don't, hey, guess what? We're just going to shut down your ad account because it looks like you're just a fly-by-night business and you're not a legitimate company. That's the reason why these disclaimers are so important. I know it's not sexy, but it's important for you to have in place so that way you have the foundations of your business, and that way they are bulletproof from the very beginning, so that way they can scale with you as you scale your company. Does that make sense? I hope so. I hope that is very, very, very clear. Now, normally for a new business owner, you wouldn't even know to set this up. Or even if you knew, somebody told you, hey, you got to have these, you'd have to go out and actually figure out how to set these up yourself. Well, guess what? This is where there is a lot of good news, because the good news is that we have already done 99% of the work for you, in that we already have these templates built out the way that we have built them out inside of our own company. And then guess what? We have them inside of our own ClientKit account. Okay. And so that way it's very easy as a result of the partnership and all this infrastructure that we've been able to build. If you remember from the previous platform training that we talked about, it's literally as easy as copy and paste for us to be able to go ahead and put it into your ClientKit account. So why does it make any sense? It doesn't make any sense for us to say, hey, go out, this is what you need, go out and create it for yourself, right? Or for us to even show you how to build it out in ClientKit, but then you have to go out and find the text and all of that stuff. We're just going to go ahead and do all the work for you, plug and play, copy and paste. So that way it's very easy for you to go ahead and get started. And that's the reason why we said, hey, save yourself. And honestly, we saved ourselves. Quite frankly, this is for us more than for you. This is for us. We saved ourselves the headache after doing it the wrong way and the hard way for so long by having this Frankenstein duct tape monster. And unfortunately, man, I cannot tell me how many thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of dollars over the last decade that we have spent on this hodgepodge of mess and chaos. And quite frankly, honestly, platforms and business platforms, because the technology and the internet and these, software companies are getting better and better, platforms like ClientKit actually did not even exist and were not even possible to exist 5 or 10 years ago. And so obviously there was a way to do it, and now there is a different and better way to do it. And so why would you want to do it the hard way, the old way, versus you can actually do it the better way now that the technology is actually there? And so in our opinion, based off of what we use in our business, that better way is going to be ClientKit. And so that's the reason why we are saying, hey, we're going to be able to go ahead and make this very easy for you because we do have that copy and paste privilege. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay. And so what we're going to go ahead and do next is we're going to go ahead and walk you through step by step through the actual practical steps of getting this rocking and rolling in literally probably under like 30 minutes. Like literally it's just copy and paste, get the template into your account. We've already built it out for you. Make some changes around, hey, this is where your company name is going to go. Change your state where you live, change your phone number, your domain, all that kind of stuff. Boom, you're done. And so that's what's going to follow in the next training section. We're going to walk you through step 1, importing, step 2, editing, step 3, linking, as well as any other steps that might be after this if we end up changing some of the trainings as well. So don't let the momentum stop. Keep the momentum going. We will catch you immediately right after this in the next training section.